Hello and welcome. I'm Suma Katauka and you are watching the China Report on NewsX World. Let's take a look at the top headlines of this hour. China has slashed U.S. soybean imports in favor of Brazil and Argentina, a move President Donald Trump has called a negotiation tactic as trade tensions deepen, and President Trump has stated that he plans to discuss soybeans as well as cooking oil trade with President Xi Jinping amid growing economic frictions. South Korea's industry minister and chief presidential policy secretary will travel to the United States today for further talks on lowering U.S. tariffs. Seoul's finance minister has stated that there had been progress in discussions over the details of a tentative trade pact. Major Chinese airlines have urged the Trump administration to drop its plan to ban Chinese flights over Russia on U.S. routes, warning it would increase costs and disrupt travel. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has said that the U.S. must be careful with China, describing relations with Xi Jinping as fair but tested. The United States and China have begun imposing port fees on each other's vessels, escalating their trade war. This comes as China exempted Chinese-built ships from its levies and sanctioned a South Korean shipbuilder, while President Donald Trump has moved to reduce China's dominance in maritime trade and boost U.S. shipbuilding. China and the European Union, as well as several IMO members, have reaffirmed support for the net zero framework to cut global shipping emissions despite U.S. threats. The framework, expected to be formally adopted on Friday in London, would impose carbon reductions on ships starting in 2028 or face financial penalties. Hamas handed over the bodies of several deceased hostages to Israel on Tuesday, after Israel threatened to halve humanitarian aid and keep border crossings closed through Wednesday. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned that Hamas must disarm or be disarmed as tensions rise despite the ceasefire plan in Gaza. Ukrainian authorities have ordered the evacuation of 409 families, including 601 children, from 27 villages near the frontline city of Kupiansk amid intensifying Russian attacks. Meanwhile, blackouts have swept Kyiv and other regions after network overloads and damage from previous strikes disrupted power and water supplies. Indonesia's Mount Levotobi Laki-Laki has erupted, spewing ash 10 kilometers into the sky and prompting authorities to raise the alert level to its highest, according to the country's geological agency. Dozens of residents were evacuated from nearby villages as officials warned of possible volcanic mud flows amid continued eruptions. Now, in a Truth Social post, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that the U.S. is considering ending some trade ties with China, including cooking oil imports. Trump has said